Close this program right now and every variable disappears forever. That is the problem we are fixing today. Files are the one trick that lets your data survive after the program stops. And by the end of this lesson, you will save and load text like it is nothing. 4 words, plain English. A file is a named box on your hard drive. A path is the street address that finds that box. Mode is the instruction you give when you walk up to it, read it, write over it, or add to it. And the handle is the temporary connection you open, so you can actually look inside. Here is the most basic way to open a file. You call open, give it the path and the mode, and it hands you back a handle you can read from. Notice that last line, f.close, we have to remember to close it ourselves, and that is exactly the part people forget. You might wonder why closing even matters. Think of it like leaving a library book checked out forever, nobody else can borrow it, and if the system crashes mid-read, your close line never even runs. In short, manual closing is fragile because humans and crashes both forget. Here's the trick, the with statement. It opens the file, hands it to you as F, and the moment that indented block ends, it closes the file automatically, even if something inside crashes. Clean. That single word, with, quietly removes an entire category of bugs. Writing works the same way, just a different mode letter. W means start fresh, wiping out whatever was there before, while A means add to the end without touching the old content. In short, W overwrites appends, and mixing those two up is a classic mistake. If your file has many lines, you do not need to load it all at once. You can loop over the file handle directly, line by line, like walking down a checklist one item at a time. Notice the strip call, that is just removing the invisible new line character at the end of each line. Now let's talk about paths themselves. Before pathlib, people built paths by gluing strings together with slashes, and that broke constantly between Windows and Mac because they use different slash directions. Pathlib gives us one clean object that handles that difference for us. Here is pathlib in action. You wrap a folder name in path, then use the / to join pieces together, which looks odd at first since slash usually means division, but here it just means join. It even has a read text shortcut, so you can skip open and with entirely for quick reads. Here is a mistake that trips up almost everyone starting out. If you write a relative path like data/notes.txt, it only works if you happen to run your program from the right folder, and if not, you get a file not found error. I will admit I have chased this exact bug for 20 minutes before realizing I was just in the wrong directory. Another one that stings. Opening a file that already has important content, but using mode W by accident. Python does not ask, are you sure? It just quietly erases everything and starts blank. In short, treat mode W like a delete button, and only reach for it when you actually mean to start fresh. Real talk. I have not typed manual open and close in months. It is the one that bites you when something crashes mid-read. With is my default, every script, no exceptions. And pathlib's read text is the lazy shortcut I reach for when I just want one file's contents in one line, though I would not use it on a huge file since it loads all of it into memory at once. So let's bring it all together. We open files safely using with, we pick our mode carefully since W erases and adds, and we build our paths using pathlib instead of gluing strings by hand. That was a lot to take in. A like and a follow, take none.